Good evening, everyone. First Alert StormTeam meteorologist Joseph Williams with your Valley News Now evening forecast. The time is currently 6:49 p.m. And it was a mild day. We saw temperatures in the 50s across our region. It was another gorgeous day. However, it's not going to last forever. After tomorrow, we are First Alert tracking some snow and wind across our region, and that'll be our first round of 2 First Alert weather days. Then we're looking at some more snow later this Thanksgiving week. So let me blow on my face so you can see what I mean. Again, thanks for joining us. First Alert StormTeam meteorologist Joseph Williams with your Valley News Now evening forecast. And I mentioned we have some First Alert weather days on the way. First round will be for Tuesday and Wednesday, mainly confined for Wednesday morning, because for Wednesday morning we'll still see some lingering strong winds in parts of our region, and that combined with snow on the ground will impact holiday travel even for Wednesday morning's commute. But the bulk of the moisture is expected for Tuesday, and again we have that snow and wind situation set up. And I actually have more First Alert weather days later this week, and we've actually declared a First Alert weather day for this coming Friday because we are anticipating that our second round of snow will be on Friday heading into Saturday, and I'll go over that in just a second. So let me get to our forecast first. Again, here's our look at our First Alert weather days for Tuesday heading into Wednesday morning, as we're anticipating some wintry weather across our region. Here's what that looks like. Basically, Tuesday heading into Wednesday morning, we'll have some snow sliding through our region, along with some strong winds too. Snow accumulations, some areas could see between 4 to 6 inches of snow, and we'll also see strong winds gusting above 30 miles per hour across much of our region throughout Tuesday. Again, the bulk of the snow is expected on Tuesday, but even heading into Wednesday morning, while the snow will be out of our region, strong winds are still expected to continue, and that could lead to some slick spots for the Wednesday morning commute. And because of how long the snow will stick around, practically all of our region is under a winter storm watch, except for just a couple of counties out at the international border and just a couple of counties in northeast South Dakota and in, say, Traverse, Douglas counties too. These guys right here, they are not under the winter storm watch. Otherwise, all of eastern North Dakota and northwest Minnesota are under that winter storm watch. And the winter storm watch lasts basically all of Tuesday in the James River Valley from 12 a.m. Tuesday to 12 a.m. Wednesday. And it lasts from 12 a.m. Tuesday to 6 a.m. Wednesday in the Red River Valley and northwest Minnesota. So let's go over why we're anticipating the snow in the first place. This is a low pressure system we've been tracking throughout the past few days. It's come from the Pacific Northwest, and it's an Alberta Clipper system. So basically this low will push through our region. It'll merge with this low pressure system that's in the southern U.S. too. And as these two lows merge, the moisture will lift into our region, giving us that snow in the process. And here's what that looks like on our First Alert forecast. We'll basically see a quiet start to the day Monday, mostly sunny skies for your Monday morning commute. As we head into Monday afternoon and evening, though, cloud cover will build in from the west ahead of that low pressure system. And so we are looking at an overcast Monday evening. Then about 10 to 11 o'clock, that's when we really see those precipitation chances rising. So by around 11 o'clock, we could see some snowflakes coming down in the Devil's Lake Basin, maybe seeing some snowflakes in Devil's Lake and Carrington, for example. And then overnight into Tuesday morning, that snow will continue spreading east. And so by 6 to 7 o'clock Tuesday morning, practically all of our region is seeing some snow coming down on the ground. And since temperatures will be in the low 30s, that means it'll be in the form of some snow, maybe some wintry mix too, which means a few raindrops embedded within that snow. Put another way, it's going to be a messy morning across our entire region. Notice some of those dark blue colors. That indicates some moderate snowfall embedded within our snowmaker right here. So basically, we're looking at a very active Tuesday morning, but that snow does move east throughout Tuesday afternoon. So by around 2 a.m., the snow starts letting up a little bit in the James River Valley. So during the morning and early afternoon hours, we're looking at that heavy snow in the James River Valley. But as we head into Tuesday evening, the snow does lighten up a little bit. Meanwhile, the bulk of the heavy snow would be moving into Lakes Country late morning into the evening hours. So if you're in Fergus Falls, it'll be very messy during the afternoon hours. And notice the wind barbs too. I'll go over the wind in just a second, but the winds will be on the strong side throughout much of Tuesday afternoon and evening, coming in from the north-northwest, gusting above 30 miles per hour throughout Tuesday afternoon and evening, which means that snow, on top of coming down, will also be blown around at times, lowering that visibility in the process. Now, by around 7 o'clock, I mentioned, again, the snow's moving east. So by around 7 o'clock, the snow has let up in the James River Valley and the Northern Valley, but meanwhile, Lakes Country and the Southern Valley will still see some light to moderate snow taking place. And then by midnight, basically, that snow is out of our region altogether, except for a few counties in northwest Minnesota still being impacted by that light snow. And by around 6 a.m. Wednesday morning, all of our region is done with the snow. But notice again, still looking at some of those wind barbs indicating some strong northwesterly winds throughout your Wednesday morning commute, which means poor travel conditions are expected throughout your Wednesday morning, maybe even early Wednesday afternoon too. So let's go over the expected snow totals. We think that we're looking at about 3 to 6 inches across much of our region. Where these blue blotches are at, that indicates about 6 or so inches of snow accumulation. Where this lighter blue color is, that indicates about 3 to 5 inches of snow accumulation. So I'm thinking 3 to 5 in parts of the James River Valley and maybe 4 to 6 in the central and southern valleys. So basically, if you're traveling in the central and southern portions of our region, you're looking at higher snow totals. If you're in the Devil's Lake Basin or if you're traveling towards the international border, you're probably looking at about 1 inch to 2 inches of snow accumulation. So basically, the further south you travel in our region, the more snow you end up seeing. And all the while, again, we're looking at those impacts of that snow coming on down. And I mentioned the wind too. All that snow is going to be important because during the afternoon and evening hours on Tuesday, we're looking at some strong northerly flow. And you can see that by 2 to 3 o'clock, that's when we really see those wind gusts picking up. So by around 2 to 3 o'clock, we could see wind gusts at or above 30 miles per hour. There's a possibility of seeing gusts as high as 45 miles per hour at times throughout Tuesday afternoon and evening. And then the wind is mostly out of our region Tuesday night, but we'll still see some lingering strong northwesterly winds in the Southern Valley and northwest Minnesota throughout Wednesday morning and afternoon. And it won't be until Wednesday evening that the winds end up dying down. So basically, Tuesday heading to Wednesday morning, we're dealing with snow. It's not until Wednesday afternoon, though, that the winds end up dying down. So the snow may be out of our region altogether by Wednesday morning, but it won't be until Wednesday afternoon that the winds end up dying down and we basically stop seeing a blowing snow threat. Now, looking at our second round of First Alert Weather Days, that comes between Friday and Saturday. Some more wintry weather is on the way for Friday heading into Saturday. And basically, this will impact any post-holiday travel that you are doing. So all this is happening after Thanksgiving, and that means if you're traveling from your Thanksgiving vacation, you're going to have to deal with a second round of snow. And the timing and track may change because this system is about 5 to 6 days out. But here's a look at our First Alert forecast to kind of give you a sneak peek of what we think will happen for Friday and Saturday. Thanksgiving Day itself will not be bad. High pressure will bring sunny skies across our region in some spots. So we're looking at a okay Thanksgiving Day. It'll just be cold with temperatures in the 20s. However, notice this low pressure system out in the Rockies. That low, the forcing associated with that low will push moisture into North Dakota and Minnesota Friday evening and overnight, and it will be in the form of snow since temperatures will be below freezing. So expect some snow Friday evening into Saturday afternoon and evening, and this model basically wants to keep the snow in the central and southern valleys. So the southern areas of our region will be most impacted by the snow Friday into Saturday, and then it's not until Sunday morning that the snow pulls out of our region. I want to emphasize this system is several days out, so it's likely that the track of the snow may change, the timing of the snow may change. that VNL First Alert Weather app, therefore, will be very handy over the next couple of days. But let's recap everything so far. Our First Alert weather days are generally around the time that you're traveling to and from vacation. Because of all that snow coming down, that will impact any pre-holiday travel and post-holiday travel. So that's why we have those First Alert weather days in effect. Aside from that, for temperatures, tomorrow morning, upper 20s to low 30s, like 31 in Fargo, climbing into the 40s during the afternoon hours. So tomorrow will be cooler than the past few days. That's because of milder air settling in from Canada into our region, a sort of precursor to that Arctic air that's going to start pushing in this Thanksgiving week. And here's what that looks like. By Tuesday afternoon, areas will be north and west of this white line, the freezing line, which means North Dakota and northwest Minnesota will see below freezing temperatures heading into Tuesday afternoon and evening. And thereafter, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday afternoon will all bring highs in the 20s across our region. So we'll definitely see some cold weather. But another way, we'll go from 44 on Monday to 23 on Thanksgiving Day itself and 21 on Friday. And then the long-term temperatures will trend below normal. They will stay in the below normal category, which for context is about 10 or so degrees below average for this time of year. For context, early December's highs tend to be in the mid to upper 20s, so that means we're looking at highs in the mid to upper teens for late Thanksgiving week heading into early December. Basically, we'll be under this more Arctic air mass, and that's why we're starting off the month of December on a really cold note, which is pretty thematic since December 1st is the start of meteorological winter. So let's recap everything. Thanksgiving week will be active. A couple rounds of snow Tuesday into Wednesday morning with that wind for Tuesday into Wednesday afternoon. And then we'll stay cold heading into early December with some more snow towards the upcoming weekend. And all the while for Thanksgiving Day itself, we're looking at highs in the low 20s, like 23 in Fargo, 26 in Grand Forks, and 23 in Langdon. So Thanksgiving Day itself will be cold. And we're also, again, Thanksgiving Day will be active. Now heading into early December, it should be much quieter. We're looking at a mix of sun and clouds, maybe a slight chance of precipitation heading into early December. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But one thing is for certain, you'll definitely want the winter gear on heading into early December. Now I'm going to get off of here, but I will be giving periodic updates on the Valley News Live, on the Valley News Live First Alert Weather app. And I'll also be on for Valley News Live at 9 and 10. Lisa Green will also be on for Valley Today heading into your morning commute tomorrow. So be sure to tune into her forecast if you're not able to watch any of my forecasts heading into tonight. In the meantime, I'm going to get off of here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this Valley News Now evening forecast. Be safe out there. Make sure to have a winter weather plan ready for this Thanksgiving week.